Whoa. Someone's wanting to learn how to become happy and try and find genuine fulfillment for happiness in their life. Yeah, Spirit says I'm on the money about that. Something about a stranger and losing control, or watching out about losing control so that way you don't become a stranger to yourself. Does anyone care? Maybe you feel like no one cares at this time, and you feel like no one's watching or really paying attention or paying observation to how you're doing and how your mental state is. Maybe you're starting to feel a little isolated. Maybe you're starting to feel a little bit neglected by those who are your support team. Maybe you're starting to feel a little like there's someone, maybe you've been being policed. Maybe you feel like someone's trying to police your life. But it's like the conversations that you want to have are not conversations that could just be had at a coffee shop. They're more private, they're more personal, they're more in depth. And you're manifesting this for your life, but you don't want to lose control. You don't want to, what is this? Yeah, you don't want to lose control of who it is that you know yourself to be because of expectations or fulfilling other people's perception of you. Like you don't have to match how someone perceives you. You can just be who it is that you are. Yeah. Forget what you're truly deserving of. This is the time to balance and really reflect. Maybe you're also in this place to receive a lot of abundance, a lot of luck. Pay observation. There's signs being sent to you. And I know it's really unhappy times, and maybe you don't like to hear what I have to say in this message so far, and I'm sorry. I'm genuinely not being petty, but these are trials for you to learn from. And sometimes the messages that are meant to be had are the uncomfortable conversations that many people don't like to have, but they're necessary. And this could be a conversation about that. This could be an uncomfortable one. It makes people feel like it's not jerky treats and all that's neat. What is meant for you will find you. Just hold faith. Your life is about to change for the better, whether or not you believe it, but it's also going to be something in which it's not going to be televised. How this happiness will not be televised. How this happiness comes to be will not be televised. But you can create your own you can create your own destiny, the way that you intend for yourself to live in this lifetime. You're spiritually awakening, but you've been cheated by life. And there's people that genuinely want to come forward to you and show you that you are supported. In this cycle, you can't do what you want, but only as you need. And because of that, it's really going to put you on a path or directory to be flowing in the direction that you need to flow in order to receive this abundance, this luck, this happiness. Let the universe handle this for you. Someone could be in spiritual jail at this time. Someone could also be in literal jail, but it's feeling more like spiritual jail because your heart's locked up. Your heart's locked up, and maybe there's many people that want to talk to you. Maybe that's what this is also, is maybe this is for a collective who wants to talk to other people, but doesn't know how to have those conversations that you genuinely want to have with other people without making them feel uncomfortable or at unease because of the topics that you want to talk about. And Spirit says don't stop talking about those conversations, because those conversations are what attracts you to other people. It's humiliating at first. Maybe you may feel very embarrassed, but after you get into the groove of it, you'll be able to have these conversations a lot more easier, because seasons change and you've changed a lot of things about yourself. Maybe you've stopped partaking in certain habits or extracurricular activities, such as partaking in the consumption of spirits, because you recognize that that was a repeated cycle. But then something snowballed towards you, that you realized that you needed to speak up about the things that you might have been, that you need to speak up about the things that you were trying to hide with these extracurricular substance and activities. These, because there were some things that you genuinely needed to talk about. And this was your movement forward. Maybe you had people go against you for talking out about certain things that you believe in, or certain matters that you just genuinely want to talk out. But it worked out a miracle for you, because there was something crushing about having those individuals in your life, and you're like, wait a minute, but this was my family member, this was my partner, this was my spouse, this was my so-and-so, this was my this, that, and the other. How could they be against me? Well, have they been uplifting you? Have they been responding instead of reacting in regards to these tough conversations that you want to have? Or do they just shut you down and leave you in the dark? And you're not a fool. You're not a fool. And you don't want the stagnancy. Maybe you've been feeling very stagnant and unsure of how to get out of this stagnant energy. It's speaking up about the matters that you hold within, and speaking to those individuals that you feel guided to communicate these situations to. Your wait is almost over. This love can grow. But it feels like your brain's in a fog for the fact that you're still keeping yourself withheld from actually speaking and communicating about what's in alignment for you to communicate about. But look at you evolving. You could have a silver Toyota, or maybe something, you're just so stuck on being in the old and reliable mindset of just leaving things be, that you don't want to make other people uncomfortable for speaking up about the matters that you truly want to speak up about. Because people tried to dim you in the past. People didn't allow you to live in the pride of being able to communicate what it is that you wanted to vocalize on. And that gave you the time to grow. And that gave them the learning lesson that they needed to experience to allow you the opportunity to speak. But it's all within discernment. It's all a matter of what you're able to discern about the lesson now. Because it was a curse that bounced off like a bubble. And it helped activate your spiritual awakening, because now you're meant to be a leader and speak about matters that you're really genuinely supposed to speak up on. And I could be right on the money about this. It was like someone has ill judgment, or ill-intended is what I keep hearing. And I keep also hearing ill-fated judgment, but it could be ill-fated because they're not allowing you the opportunity to speak. But that's the end of that. It's going to be the end of that. And you're scared, worried, and frustrated, but it's over. The cycle is closed. You could be Sagittarius, or something significant could be happening in November, December. And it's time to speak up, even if it's speaking up for yourself. Yeah, you're meant to complete this next part alone. You're meant to complete if you're wondering what guidance you're meant to be receiving at this time, it's the guidance of speaking up for matters that you want to speak up for, speaking up for what you genuinely believe in, speaking up for what it is that you want to communicate, even if they're the more in-depth conversations. However, you allow yourself to be in the position to not allow yourself to communicate for the fact that someone may have genuinely not allowed you the opportunity to communicate before in the past. And so because of that, and it could be something, a childhood wound or a childhood experience. Regardless, you know what intuitively is meant for you. And this is meant to be a new beginning for you. And it is upon us. This genuinely is upon us because this is divine interference. And this is supposed to help you bring yourself out of this energy of being in fake happiness. To be wary about spiritual psychosis, though, to not allow yourself to engulf yourself too much in matters that, to not engulf yourself too much into matters that are spiritually involved, like not to allow yourself to recluse too much, not to allow yourself to become so isolated, to still be social, is what I'm hearing. So that way you can still receive and show love, because you're on the cusp of a breakthrough. And this is only the side mission. This is the side mission of your life, because something isn't destined for you if you don't speak up. If you do speak up, I get it, you're done with it. I get it, you're done with this reading. I get it. But be a part of this. Games are to play and you're not a game. Allow yourself to speak up for these matters. Significantly, wintertime is prominent. Something significant is going to happen in wintertime for you. This may cause some racing thoughts, but it's a matter of what's going to happen around the world that you need to be prepared for. Close enough. You need to prepare your mindset, your mind frame, your current perception, and align it to what it is that you genuinely want to speak up and communicate in matters for. If you feel bad about what's going on around this world at this time, it is within your alignment to speak up for these matters and speak up in a way that is genuinely going to bring positivity into this world and to yourself. Because you know the unknown. Something about 1 to 2 weeks that you're not scared of. And maybe in these next 1 to 2 weeks, you're really going to be tested from spirit to speak up for yourself and speak up for these matters. Yeah, sound the alarm. It's determined to work out in your favor. But the feeling is tormenting. And it's not fated for you at this time to speak up in every single conversation that you want to speak up for or speak up in. But what is fated for you is just allowing yourself the opportunity to speak up and just not say nothing at all. Because this is a deep connection.